If you're a music educator, a vocalist, a classical musician, or a music student, you're going to want to pay close attention to this video as I'm going to be reviewing the Playscore 2 app. Hi, I'm Donna from DonnaSchwartzMusic.com. Now, the creators of the Playscore 2 app reached out to me to do a review. I'm not getting paid for this review, but I did get a free subscription to the professional version of this app. Now, this app won the Bronze Award for the Educational App category at the 2021 Reimagine Education Awards. It's used by people all over the world, especially in the US and Europe. The app uses OMR technology, it's optical music recognition, which uses machine vision and other techniques to convert the music notation into an electronic form. And once converted, the music can be played, it can be edited, it can be printed and analyzed. There is a free version of this app. There's a productivity version that's paid and also a professional version that's paid for as well. But with the free version, you could do a few things. You could open up scores, you could play them back, you could loop certain sections. You could also scan in a single page of music that has up to 2 staves, so like a piano part or a single instrument part. Any more than 2 staves, you're going to need to pay for another version. Now, choir directors, band, orchestra directors, jazz band conductors can scan in the rehearsal scores so that their own musicians can mute many of the other parts and just listen, hone in on their specific part. This is great because sometimes you don't have access to a recording of something, or you're playing an inner part that's really hard to hear. Now, if you want to export scores from the app to notation software like Finale to rearrange the music, you're going to need a paid version, particularly the professional version. There's some awesome features in this app. I'm really excited to share it, so let's dive right in and take a look. Okay, so here we are in the Playscore app, and I just want to show you how to upload a score into here. Now, what's really great about this app is that there's always really helpful instructions. All you need to do is tap this question mark over here. You could put the help on or off, and it even gives you instructions on importing sheet music or a Playscore document right over here. So you could import from your iPad or iPhone your files right there. I have my Finale files over there. You could take a photo of a page to play. So I'm going to tap on that. And they even give you instructions about taking a good picture, which is super important. Really follow these. I had made the mistake when I initially got these that I didn't follow these as well. So I'm going to just take that off for a second. I'm going to take this from an ABRSM solo that one of my students is working on. Okay, not bad. I could do better. You should be able to crop this. So I'm just going to bring this up a little bit. I can't do an angle shot on this, so I guess I'll just have to deal with that. That's probably the best I can do. Okay, click done. And there it is. This is uploaded. And you can change the title on this. Listen up. And for me, I'm just going to say this is going to be ABRSM level 3. I'll just do sax. Okay, awesome. Press return. There we go. Cool. I'm going to take something that I took a picture of the other day. So this is from my Rubank Advanced Volume 1 trumpet book. It's the last half of the Regal cornet solo over here. So when this first comes in, you shoot the picture. Again, you can crop it as needed. And I created a mask over here so that I can get rid of some of the extra stuff. This should be done fine. Let's hear what this sounds like. Count in. Okay, not bad. Not bad of a trumpet sound. Okay, now here's the thing. So when this first comes in, if it doesn't say trumpet on the page, it's not going to sound like that. So what you want to do is go all the way to the left to this button over here, and it's going to start off like either piano or something else, probably piano if it can't recognize it as a trumpet. So what you would do is you would scroll down until you got to trumpet. Now this is important over here. So I'm looking at trumpet music. I need to set a transposition for this. I need to set the transposition. This is a B flat instrument, so the trumpet as a B flat instrument sounds a full step or 2 semitones lower than a piano. So I have to tap this twice because that's where I'm going to get this to sound like a trumpet. I'm going to basically, I did this already, so I'm going to click cancel. You normally click done, and that would settle that, and then it would sound like this again. All right, now so far it's been pretty accurate for the most part with the rhythms, which is great. Now you're probably wondering how to get that count in. So all you do is you tap on this, and there's the metronome right there. And there's the tick, okay? And I could lower or raise the volume, just gonna put it like that. And the count in bars. Since this is in 2/4 time, I definitely want 2 bars of 2/4, okay? So I'm gonna tap outside that to get rid of that. Now, the other thing also that I want to do is I want to show you how you can loop something. So I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to go from here. I'm going to press my hand over here, and then I'm going to want it to go, yeah, I can't go a partial measure, so I'll have to go that far. It's counting me in. There's no pausing after, so it goes one after the other. It keeps repeating it over and over again. And to get rid of the loop, essentially, you pretty much tap outside of it. Now, so far, it's been pretty accurate in terms of the sound, but in terms of the rhythms. But over here, let's see how accurate it really is. So I'm just going to tap my finger where I want this to start. Okay, so this is interesting. It was pretty accurate up to here. Ba-ba-ya. Totally missed these 2 16th notes over here, the D and E flat going to the E. Ba-ba-ya. And it made this F sharp 8th note a 16th note. Okay, so that's a little bit of a problem. But otherwise, I mean, this has been pretty accurate. Let me check another spot here. Not bad. I wouldn't necessarily play this as da da da, or I would play it short, but it really made it sound way too short there. But the whole goal of this, though, is that you want to get a general idea of what this is going to sound like. Will obviously a recorded version sound better? Yes, in certain circumstances. But in something like this, I think this is really, really gold. It's just really, really helpful. Now, other things you can do, you could slow down the tempo with this sliding bar over here. You can, by clicking on that gear button, you could change the dynamic range of this with the slider bar over here. If there's repeats, you can play them. Now, auto transposition. Okay, so if you tap that, what it would do, and this, I don't know if it's going to work necessarily with this particular thing. No, it's not. Because it doesn't say trumpet on here, it can't read that. Okay, so that really didn't work. So I'm going to disable auto transposition for this particular thing right here. If there were split staves, you can enable this. If it was swing, you can enable it. Actually, that's going to be interesting. Let's listen to that. Okay. And by the way, all these multiple measure rests, I would have needed to enable lyrics and text right over here, so that, let's make sure that went through, so that it would read that. So let's check that for a second, and I'm going to go here. Let's see if this swings this. Yes, it's definitely reading it. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to go here. this particular version, this isn't like the best example to show swing, but most important thing, you get the point with regard to all the things that you can do in here. Okay, I even enabled error correction over here to help out a little bit. Let me show you another document that came with this, and let's do Hungarian dances. All right, so for this one, and I do have this on, I don't have this on a vertical view, I have it on a horizontal view, so we're not seeing as much of the screen, I think, as you'd like. This is piano. Now listen to how authentic this sounds. That's pretty good. And of course you can follow along. You have the cursor that follows along with you. So this comes with this automatically. Now, in terms of the settings, this came with this dynamic range, so not very wide over here. And repeats are enabled. You don't need auto transposition. It's a C instrument. Okay, so this is one document that comes with this. Let's look at another document that I scanned in using the camera over here. It's the Barry sax lick. I did not shoot a video for this yet. I don't know if I will. If you want me to, I will. All right, so if I just scan this in, there's a lot of transposition going on over here, right? A lot of transposing instruments. Let's see what this sounds like just coming in cold. Oh, God. Really bad. Okay, so here's what we're going to do with this. There's two ways to approach this. The easiest way, click this gear button and look for auto transposition and tap that. Okay, and then I'm going to click this to make it back into the screen. Let's tap over here. Let's see if that helped. It did, thankfully. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of this over here. All right, now here's another option, but I'm not going to recommend this for something like what I just did here. So when I write out scores and stuff like that, I have a variety of instruments. So the first staff is C instruments. I'm going to say it's for flute. The second one is for alto sax, but there's no alto sax here, and that's the problem. Okay, so when I spoke to the creators of this app and I said, you know, you need alto sax in here, so they're working on that. The thing is that when you put, for each track, when you have a transposing instrument, what you're going to have to do, and I have to go to the gear button to disable auto transposition, you have to put in the transposition. Okay, so let's say the second track, I'm going to say clarinet. Okay, oh, actually, no, I can't because it is written for alto sax. I'm going to do this for now. I am going to put the volume, I'm going to mute it, totally mute it. The third track on this is tenor sax, so that's going to be down 2. The trumpet is down 2, and the reason why, these are B-flat instruments, so for a trumpet, for example, if I play the note C and a piano plays a C, my C does not sound like the piano. I sound like a B flat, a full step lower, 2 semitones lower. Okay, so I need to put this to the transposed part. Okay, what my instrument's going to sound like compared to a piano. So I put -2. A tenor sax is an octave plus the full step. All right, but I'm not going to add the octave there. And trombone is not a transposing instrument. Okay, so let's see if this works over here. I think I have everything set. Actually, let's see. Volume, I did want to get rid of that. And yes, okay, done. And let's just go over. There's a couple little issues going on here, and I'm not sure why. I do have lyrics and text tapped over here. So this is just something that, and I did scan this properly with the right amount of light, and it was vertical. But it could be that maybe in this particular situation, maybe I needed to make it a little bit more vertical. It wasn't totally perfect. So that's really important to know. I know I made a couple of mistakes with this when I first was testing this app. When you first put this in here, you have to have it absolutely perfect when it comes to setting it up. I'm going to put this back into auto transposition so I don't kill my ears. Oh, so much better. Absolutely so much better. So this app so far has been really good. Now let me show you one drawback that for some of you, may be a really big deal. So the other day I imported the file Little Suede Shoes, it's alto sax version over here, and this is your typical, this is from the real book, so this is what you would typically see over here. And I did this in good light, I did it vertically, so there shouldn't be a problem. But this is what happens. So let me do this. I'm going to click this gear button. I'm going to put on auto transposition. I'm going to put in lyrics and text anyway, just in case. Okay, so it's not as accurate. When I spoke to the creator of the app, he did say that jazz fonts, handwritten fonts, cannot be read by the OMR, by the optical music recognition yet. I'm really hopeful that something can change, because this, I think, will be huge for people, although in all honesty, if you're looking at something from the real book, really what you should be doing to better your learning and to play the song accurately, because no one plays the songs like you see it in the real book. You need to listen to the original version or listen to a version of the song played, because, number one, there could be some mistakes in here, particularly, I guess, with the chords and stuff, but when people are playing music, they're putting expression into it, and they're adding little nuances and stuff, and this certainly can't be caught with this. So with this particular document, it's not able to be read, even though I do have the auto transposition on and lyrics and text are on. So like I mentioned, hopefully things will change in the near future. So if you're not sure how to use something, let's say I open up the trumpet thing again, I tap on this question, and all these little cues over here will help me. So if I wanted, it'll tell me over here, this is the symbol to crop and mask. Here's the metronome count in. So this is showing you where things are in case you forget. You got the tempo control. I can add the first page of this image if I want to. Now remember, I'm on the professional version. And it tells me I can take a photo to add a page. If I want to get rid of all these prompts, I just tap the question mark again, and then we're good to go. And when I'm done with all my changes, I can click the lock button, and this way it won't be manipulated again. So what I did in order to get the pricing here, I'm in the Playscore app, and I go to the store, and here are all the pricing options. Now there's a free version of this, as I just mentioned, but let's talk about if you actually want to pay for a subscription. So the first tier is the productivity tier, and for $5.99 US per month, there's a bunch of things you can do with that. And as you can see, the annual rate, you save some money there. Now let's look at what you could do with the productivity tier. So you can import and play any Playscore document, export any Playscore document, export MIDI in terms of a MIDI form. You can also put it into a digital audio workstation. Now you can also process unlimited staves, meaning that you could process a whole band score, a jazz band score, choir score, orchestral score, even an instrument solo with piano accompaniment. You can create multi-page Playscore documents. That's really important. But there's a couple of key features you can't do, and that's only available in the professional version, which at this moment, December 2022, is $649 US per month right now. Now, you could do all the stuff I mentioned before, but you could also import multi-page PDF files. That's going to be really important because much music is more than one page, and you could also export as music XML, which means that you could export into MuseScore, which is free, Finale, Sibelius. For me, that's hugely beneficial because if I want to make changes to a score, I can do that. And I think it's just an incredible feature that if you're writing a lot of music, arranging a lot of music, you'll want to get that professional version. Now, what I love about this app is that I can save and share it as a MIDI file to import into a digital audio workstation. I've mentioned this before, a DAW. From there, I can edit the parts. Now, I'm going to recommend another video to understand how to use this particular feature in a DAW and to create your own backing tracks. That link is going to be in the description below. Now, you could also save the files as music XML files, and you could import these into free programs like MuseScore or Finale or Sibelius and make changes to the parts. I did this recently for an alto saxophone student who was playing a particular song that needed to be changed into another key. It saved a ton of time. I'm going to link to another video that gives a really comprehensive review of some more features of this app in the description below. But I do hope that you found this video helpful. Check out the over 400 videos on my own channel for tips to help improve your music performance and improvisation. I'll see you in the next video.